Performance-Künstlerin Milo Moret. Eine Hommage an Valier Sport, die vor 50 Jahren für die Rechte der Frauen eingetreten ist. Auch 50 Jahre später ist das noch ein Thema. Sie dürfen für 12 Sekunden in das Tastenkino eingreifen. Performance von Milo Moret. Der Eintritt ist...
For everybody out there who ever said Barbie was too perfect, there's a doll for you. The normal Barbie, who has cellulite, stretch marks, and now even gets her period. I'm talking about the Lamely doll, with realistic body proportions and a passion for educating girls about their own bodies. She comes with a $10 period party extension kit, an educational pamphlet, doll underwear, 19 colored pads, and stickers to track periods. The founder told Time magazine, "It's just what happens in real life. We wanted to put it on the doll so it's not a scary thing." They also released a funny video which shows why some girls might prefer to learn about this stuff from the doll instead of their parents.
Real girls period, from now on you'll have a myriad. Real girls period.
But I just wonder, I mean, have you called the French foreign minister, for instance?
No, but we're in the process of arranging for me to go to France and to Germany.
Do you know who he is?
Don't start pub quizzing me, don't start pub quizzing me.
He's the French foreign minister. Do you know his name?
No, and I'm not going to start answering your questions on this.
Well, it was just we had that one you were Shadow Defence Secretary on DEFCON.
Do you know what really upsets me about your attitude to me is that you do this with me. I don't remember you doing it with anybody else. You know. Have you done it to David Davis? Have you asked these questions? Do Sky journalists have a go at Boris Johnson on this basis? How about Liam Fox?
I've had discussions with David Davis. I've had many discussions with Liam Fox.
I mean, honestly, really.
But quite seriously.
Can we talk about some serious stuff? Why don't we talk about Syria? How about talking about North Korea? You really want to spend this time pub quizzing me?
Let me talk. I won't then.
What's with you?
Let's talk about North Korea. Let's talk precisely about that. Do you think? Well, the fact that you don't know the French foreign minister's name.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Well, what about the South Korean president then? If we want to talk about North Korea, do you know the name of the South Korean president?
Let me talk about North Korea.
Who's been talking about nuking Pyongyang?
Let me talk about North Korea.
But what's a call from Boris Johnson to the South Korean president, whose name I guess you don't know.
And the important point, which is about our security and world security, is that how we are going to approach North Korea into the future.
All right, but how would we
approach the South Korean president? And if you want me to go with you to a pub tonight, and we can do a pub quiz tonight, let's do it.
I'm not the Shadow Foreign Secretary.
You know, honestly.
I'm not the Shadow Foreign Secretary. You know, I mean, we're talking about perhaps a global conflict here, and one nation
and the important thing is
one nation threatening nuclear strikes on the other.
Yes.
Thought you might have been rather.
And I can tell you that I am extremely interested in this, and I will talk about.
President is?
I will. I'm not getting drawn by you into this nonsense. I'm quite prepared to talk politics with you and to talk about the principles and the threats to the country.
But just for future reference, Park Hoon-hee. It is a she. But we will move on.
We must always make sure that we are prepared to confront and stamp out whenever it raises its ugly head. And whether that's racism, whether that's anti-Semitism or sexism, you know, I think that we absolutely must call it for what it is.
But it's interesting you're saying there is more to be done within the Labour Party.
There is always more to be done. There is always more to be done, and do you know what? There's certainly a lot more to be done by the Tories, and I certainly think that sometimes when it comes to sexism, some Sky presenters need to look at themselves too. I really do. It really upsets me that every time I come on here, you do another pub quiz with me, because you do not do it with anybody else, and I do think that it's patronising.
Let me address it, Emily. It's not, because you are the Shadow Foreign Secretary.
Yeah, right.
And this was about the French Foreign Minister, Jean-Marc Ayrault, who Boris Johnson has met now.
Let's take this offline, because I've got a lot to say to you, and I don't think a lot of it ought to be broadcast.
Emily Thornby, for the time being, thank you very much indeed, and more than keen to have that discussion on air if you like.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a question way back when I can't even remember when Mr. Johnson, Alan Johnson, was Shadow Chancellor. We had discussions about the rate of national insurance, which he didn't know, and he should have known, I would have suspected, as Shadow Chancellor. It's Alan Johnson. I'll just leave it there with you. Emily Thornby,
I'm sure
thank you very much.
I'm sure you ought to get the last word, of course.
And you're watching Moynihan on Sky News.
Today, I'm on day 2 of my menstrual cycle, and I'm out here in beautiful Lake Tahoe, where I'm going to show you how to do a menstruation offering. So, what I like to do is go out into nature, or in my backyard. Right now, I'm not at home, So I found a really nice place out in nature that's public land, and I tune in with Mother Nature and with the earth and ask where is a good place to offer my blood as a gift and as healing. Here I have some blood that I have saved from wearing a diva cup, which I don't have with me in this moment, but basically it's a cup that sits inside the vagina and collects blood similar to a tampon, except that it's a cup. And when I'm not at home, I take that blood and put it in a container so that I can properly put it into the earth, as opposed to just flushing it down the toilet or in the sink. And that's because our blood is very precious, and it holds our DNA and it holds our life essence. So for me, it's very important to honor this sacred fluid. I also have, I don't like wearing a cup or wearing something inside of my vagina all the time. I had to get some pads, and soaking them in water, and then taking the blood with the water out to your plants, your garden, or to the earth. So what I'm going to do is take the plastic backing off, because I don't want to put that into the ground, although it's going to go to a landfill anyway. But when I'm in ceremony, I'm going to just stick with the part that's biodegradable. So I'm going to tear off, I was able to tear off the whole cotton part, and I'm going to put that down here. It's kind of 2 layers coming off. So this part, unfortunately, I'm going to have to throw it in the trash, but that's okay. And then since I have the liquid blood, I'm going to pour that in as well. And the whole time I'm doing this, I'm really setting intentions and saying prayers for myself, asking for healing, forgiveness, offering healing to the earth as well, because this is a symbiotic relationship. We're humans that live on the planet Earth, so we definitely have a give and take relationship with the earth. So I normally silently do my prayers, but for the sake of this video, I'll just kind of say out loud. I ask for healing of my body. I ask for cleansing, and I give healing to the earth.